Welcome back. So on the first video number one of the macros, I've shown you how to record a macro. So now what I want to do, I want to quickly show you where to find the macro that we have recorded, right? So all of that, what we recorded is under here on Visual Basic, right? So we recorded, remember that we recorded our macro and then we stored it under the personal XLXP, which is under the personal macros there, so that when we open any Excel spreadsheet, right, that macro will always appear there. So we stored it on this one. Instead of storing it on book two, we stored it on what? On the personal macro, so that when you run any spreadsheet or when you open any spreadsheet in your Excel, you will find it. So this macro will be stored in your personal computer. So every time you open Excel, it will also be there on the background, so you can access it again, right? So you can click on VBA project personal.xls. This is where your personal, all of your personal macros are stored, right? So all of them are stored on this one. If you chose that the personal macro, it will be under this part. And then if you stored like this workbook, if you chose this workbook, then it means it will be under that specific workbook. So that macro will be only available on that workbook that you stored the macro in. But if you store it under the personal.xlsp, it means you will find it every time you open Excel, it will be there. Okay, so we are in the VBA here, the where the programming part where you can run the code and stuff like that. So module two, we have modules. So I think the one that we recorded on video number one is under module two, right? So here's the process that we recorded, right? It was sub 8 in, as you can see, sub 8 solver, and then the name of the solver that we gave was add solver macro, and then the process is to add in solver add in, and then installed equals to true. So this is the first recording that we did. So we added solver into the ribbon, and then you see it says equals true. So if you are good with programming, we should have just came this side on VBA and then written our script here or written this code here, and then it will be done. So because some people we're not good with programming or developing, so we rather record whatever we want to do within Excel, instead of like typing in the code out. So it's easy for us to just record everything. But when you record whatever you're recording, Excel, it puts that into a code, right? This is the code. That's why I said if you make any mistakes, those mistakes will be recorded here. So the first recording was this one, and then our second recording is deactivate solver. As you can see, there it is, right? So now let's say you want to find out where is this personal macro stored in your computer. You can click on view, and then I just need the immediate window. So if you already have an immediate window, no need to click on view. You can just look at the immediate view there, immediate window. So for me, I clicked on view so that I can access the immediate window. So on this part, I just want to see where is this personal macro stored in my computer. Where exactly is it stored? So I will run a code, say this workbook, and then dot path, which is a module or a path for this, and then enter. You can see this is where the personal macro is stored. This is where this module is stored. So I can copy that, right, and then say copy, and then go to file explorer there on your computer if you're using Windows, and then on file explorer you just click here on this link here on this option on this box, and then Control V to paste that path, and then it will take us to where the file is. You can see this is where the file is stored in your computer. This is where that personal macro is stored in your computer. So that's why when you run any spreadsheet in your computer, it is also running. It's also there on the background. You can access it because you stored it in your personal computer. If you chose the personal macro, then it will be stored under this one. If you chose this workbook, it will be under that workbook. But you can see this is where the macro is stored. Okay, there's another way of let's say finding out or seeing where it is. You can click on view, and then on view you can also find out where that macro is stored. View, and then click on unhide. You see there it is, that personal macro, and then click OK. So you can see now I've opened the personal macro, but here there's nothing in here. Well, the code is just there on the background. This is our personal macro where we stored that recording. Okay, let me close that and then don't save that. All right, I just wanted to show you where that macro is stored on your computer, right?